Yeah, let's bring a little force and let him start this off, yeah?
Ladies and gentlemen,
I'll be the force, your main host. We gonna set it off like this, man. Real music for real people. Let's go. Basically, I'm trying to, you know, put myself on the map as a producer rapper, being from the UK. So a lot of people, although they know I've been in music for a long time, they don't really know me as a rapper and producer. You know, they know me as like a presenter or the guy from the Ali G show. So at the moment, I'm trying to give myself a bit of a stamp as I'm one of the best UK rapper producers to come out. So magnetic reaction, look, been in the game, still remain, so expect for the name house. Right, the album's called Mind the Gap Anthems, basically because my recording company, production company is called Mind the Gap because of my teeth, basically. Baby, you know how it do, come on, it goes. It's an album that's me solely focusing on me as a producer, really. Although I have some solo tracks on there of me rapping. I've got a lot of features, like an artist called Marissa Anglin, who was quite big in the mid-90s. Amazing vocalist, kind of reminiscent of Amy Winehouse, kind of vocally. But a lot of the artists that are on my album are you know, established musicians and artists, but because they're in the UK, it's just a certain small little circle of people that hear them. So I have an artist called Point Black, an artist called Russell Nash, that I used to be in a band called Nash. We were signed to Polydor in 2000. And then I've got musicians featuring on it. So like I have a piano track with a guy called Tim Baxter, bass track with a guy called Pete Cherry, Dom Bannister, the list goes on, and then myself doing solo stuff. So Mind the Gap Anthems is basically me as a producer introducing you to artists that I work with and introducing you to my sound. The inspiration from the album basically came about as I was a fan of BBE. I bought various releases that they had put out, compilations and stuff, and then I kind of got introduced to the Beat Generation series with the J Dilla album. I was a big fan of JD, so as soon as I got like the Dilla album, I was just blown away. Like, who is this label, BBE? They're from London as well. There was a London address on there. I was like, damn, you know. Then the Pete Rock album came out. I was like, damn, 2 albums in a row that are sick. You know what I mean? So after the Pete Rock album came out, I basically just phoned up BBE, explained to them who I was. They'd luckily heard of me through the Nash situation and the stuff that I had done. So I had a meeting with Pete. I'd already recorded some tracks in the vein of, you know, I want to do a Beat Generation album, you know, so I had like about 3 tracks to play him. Every track I played him, he was mad feeling, you know, and he was like, yeah, I think we could do an album, you know, I haven't got any budget. You know, I said, it's cool, I got my own studio, I can basically do the album for no money. If you can put it out for me, let's just do this, because I would like to be involved with the label, you know, as a fan. Pete was like, cool, so I just basically made it happen, and that's how the whole project, that's how it came about, you know. Being involved with BBE, that's a really good look, you know, because they have their fan base. You know, people will buy the music just on the strength that they believe that anything that comes out on BBE is strong. At the moment, I think the scene is crying out for something like this, something quite diverse that covers all aspects of urban music from the UK. Of course, I'm a hip-hop artist, but then I produce R&B. I think people will enjoy the album for the simple fact that it's very diverse, but it has a continuous sound. Like, I've been producing music for over 20 years now. So I'm very confident with the level of production, with the level of professionality that my music comes with now. So I think people, you know, I'm trying to tour, you know, I've got a band, 6-piece band, also incorporates horns, incorporates strings, you know. My live show is very different, very energetic. So I feel with the current state of the music industry, with sales, you know, people don't sell as much as they do. A lot of people download now, so it's a lot to do with word of mouth. I feel that my strength is with touring the album, showing people how diverse I am as a producer, showing people that I can work with any kind of artist and just bring out a certain sound that is a Mind the Gap sound. And that's hence why it's called Mind the Gap Anthems, because this is all anthems from people that I've worked with to just show me off. Yeah, basically, my favourite track on the album is a track called Do This Well, which is, I originally recorded Mind the Gap Anthems for Pete, like in 2002, and we released an EP, but just due to a lot of scratches and cuts being used on the album, we was a bit scared about putting it in the marketplace, you know, in case we got in trouble and stuff. So about a year ago, Pete came back to me and he said, you know, the EP done well, you know, people are asking for your stuff, I think we should release the album, I just want to put it out, the one that I done in 2002. So I said, alright, what I'm going to do is basically look at them tracks again. I re-recorded the whole album, and then, like I was saying, Do This Well is one of the brand new tracks that I recorded like a few months before we mastered and stuff. So as me as an artist, you know, it's very jazzy, it's very like Spanishy, very melodic, you know, but then it's me spitting basically about how I do this well, you know, how I've been doing this so long and it's hard to break out, it's hard to get yourself seen, it's hard to get your videos played on you know, MTV, Channel U, you know, it's real hard, but at the end of the day I do this well, so I really feel that I can kind of come out of that shell and kind of make something happen because of the quality of the music.
Yeah, do this well. I do this well because I've been doing it and doing it and doing it well. I'm doing it. Listen.
Well, when I talk about we, I've got a collective of musicians. A lot of them are featured on the album. Pete Cherry is a bass player. Tim Baxter is an orchestrator, musically trained keyboard player. Don Bannister is my drummer. And when I say we, it's very much of a family. You know, the artists that I work with always come to my studio, you know, it's always like a family situation. I don't really delve out of that. So the whole album is basically, Mind the Gap Anthems is me saying, look, you need to check out the people I'm working with, you need to check out my sound. The shit is amazing, you know what I mean? The artists that I work with are amazing, you know, we do this well, and that's, yeah. At the end of the day, that's what it's all about.
We doing it and doing it and doing it well. We doing it and doing it and doing it well. Take my word and don't question, I'm doing it well. That's what I'm manifesting, blessing the musical world with one session. Question any and all, investigating, shaking up the ground where you're standing, landing flat on my feet while expanding, handling any and all without planning. Plan what wars I'm built to withstand it. Slamming what they call me in the 90s, now it's the noughties, the prospects stay still exciting.